Most of those genocidal killings took place in Delhi. Yes, right in the capital of the country that prides itself on being the world's largest democracy. The official death toll, as was mentioned earlier, in Delhi alone was 2,733. Given that I'm speaking in the capital of a country that considers itself the world's oldest democracy, I can't help wondering whether such a mass crime in which rampaging mobs had fatally attacked hundreds of people could have ever occurred in Washington, D.C. In the unlikely event of mobs taking over the streets of this orderly city, could the perpetrators of mass murder have got away with it? Could the security forces here have colluded with the mobs as blatantly as they did in Delhi? Could your president, at the end of it all, have dared to justify the mass murder, as Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi did, by declaring that when a big tree had fallen, the earth was bound to shake? Such questions would seem equally inconceivable about other leading capital cities too. Whatever the provocation, could there have ever been such massacres, at any rate post-World War II, in London, Paris, Berlin, or Tokyo? But if we look beyond liberal democracies, the scale of the bloodshed in Delhi 1984 is perhaps comparable to what happened in Beijing 5 years later during the Tiananmen Square massacre. But then those students at Tiananmen Square happened to be gunned down by security forces in a single-party political system. So the long arm of the law grabbed the protesters rather than the troops. Come to think of it, the death toll of Delhi 1984 was similar to that of 9/11. But again, there's a big difference. 9/11 was the result of sudden and unforeseen terror attacks, not mob violence that had deliberately remained unchecked for 3 days. By any standards of the civilized world, Delhi 1984 is one of a kind, a monstrosity without a parallel.